We are currently in back to school mode. Parents are beginning to, go there and to search around for gadgets for their children to return to school later on this month into September. In the video today, I'm going to be making a comparison between the Samsung Galaxy A series and the Galaxy M series. Now, this is really in an effort to assist those persons who, in particular, will be seeking to purchase a smartphone. Samsung is a very popular and prominent brand. So that's why I chose to use Samsung. And you find too that they're more budget friendly in comparison to other brands such as, the iPhone. But there are many persons, of course, who really are clueless. They don't really know what to look for in particular when purchasing a gadget, and in particular here, a cell phone, smartphone. So I chose to do this video to assist those persons. It is also going to be a two-part video. So in this video, I'm going to be, as I mentioned before, making a comparison between the Galaxy A series and the M series. In the other video, I'm going to be looking at the best budget Samsung Galaxy phone. So please watch through until the end, and I hope that you pick up a few things from here, which will assist you to make that purchase going forward. All right, so let's just jump right into the video. Now, firstly, let us look at the build quality. The M series, I should say, off the bat, is of a lower grade than that of the phones in the A series. So what you'll find is that the build quality for the Galaxy M is lower. The build quality is lower than those in the A series. The A series gives you more premium phones in terms of the design, in terms of the type of material that they use to make the phone itself and so forth. Even for the M series, what you find is that the parts that they use are cheaper. Yeah, they're more budget friendly than what you will have in your standard Samsung Galaxy A series phones. Next, the battery. On the plus side, the M series tend to have batteries that last longer. Look for instance at the Galaxy M21. It has a 6000 milliamp battery. Now compare that with let us say the Galaxy A71 and the A72. The A71 came out with a 4500 milliamp battery, yeah, and the 72 5000 milliamp battery. So they tend to do that with the M series, give you batteries that have a longer battery life than what you'll get in the A series. Number three, looking at the speakers. So yes, remember I told you that the M series lower grade than the A series, and so for the speakers it is mono, whereas for the A series you get stereo speakers. Now let us look now at some general features, and these now are things which typically you look forward to having on your Samsung Galaxy smartphone. Things like secure folder, always on display, Samsung Pay, and of course screen recording. Now these are all features, premium you would probably say, that are associated with the Samsung Galaxy A series. They are however absent in the M series line. Yeah, so you don't get those features on the Galaxy M series phones. Next, where the RAM and storage are concerned, yes, you're gonna find that where the A series is concerned, you're gonna get more memory, more storage than you would get in the average M series lineup. And oh yes, I must talk about the camera also. Where the camera is concerned, for the M series, typically they are triple cameras at the back, Whereas for the A series, it is pretty much standard now for your A series phone to have a quad camera. And I should say too that the resolution, yes, for the M series is gonna be, you know, slightly less than what you'll get from the A series lineup. The same thing applies to for the front camera, right? The resolution will be a little bit lower on the M series than what you would get on the A series phones. So in terms of cost, here, as I mentioned, the M series is a more budget-friendly phone, whereas the A series phones are more mid-range. They will cost you a bit more. All right, so that is pretty much the basics of the A series, the Galaxy A series, in comparison to the M series lineup phones. Now, what is my take on the two of them? My take really is that yes, I know that for the most part there are persons who out there who from time to time you may not necessarily have all the phones that you would necessarily need to make that ideal purchase, and so you may based on that situation you may opt to go for something which is more budget friendly, something which is cheaper. But let us look at value for money. I think this is something that you need to focus on when you're making a purchase. You need to also consider value for money. So when you look at the M series, for instance, yes, they are cheaper. So when you look at, for instance, the M21, I think it is, yeah, I think that will run you like about $250 US. Whereas something like the average Galaxy A series phone, like the A22, 32, they're gonna be running you over $300, $400 thereabout, US. And so you may think to yourself that, well, I can't really go up to that, so let me settle for the M for one of the phones in the M series. But when you look at things like, as I mentioned before, the build quality, when you look at things like the and if it really matters to you, the quality of the camera, the resolution, when you look at the performance of the processor, I remember things like the processor and the memory and the storage are very integral to your phone. So even though they will be a bit cheaper than the lineups in the A series, I would say try as best as is possible to go with one of the phones in the A series, right? Especially if you're gonna be purchasing the phone, let us say for somebody who is like a teenager, young adult, I would necessarily recommend that you go with one of those in the M series. All right, and especially they nowadays you're studying, they need to have a device which is pretty much fast, which will be able to multitask very well, and also which will provide them with a reasonable amount of storage. Yes, we know that there is expandable storage, but it is also, you know, should I say, twice good if you have built into your phone a reasonable storage. Let us say, and this is really relative. Let us say 64 gigabytes of storage, and then now you're able to expand to say 512 or a terabyte of storage. All right. So that is really my take on it. So yes, in summary, the phones in the M series are in fact cheaper, they're more budget friendly, but the build quality is really low. It lacks in comparison to the A series. And so even if you were to go out and purchase one of the phones in the M series because you think it is more affordable, ultimately I think you're going to be suffering later in terms of the performance of the device. So I think it really makes sense, if you really want to get value for money, that you should more so consider one of the phones that are in the A series than to purchase something from the M series. Alright, so that is really my personal take on the situation. I think it really comes down to value for money. All right, and not just focusing on the fact that this is really cheap, or this is, for instance, $200 US or 250 US, and so I can easily manage that. Right? I think it really goes beyond that. You want to think, when it comes down to running, these, the apps that that they're going to be using on the phone, that you need to give consideration to that, and even to something like multitasking. All right. So that's it. Of course, if you got value from this video, I really appreciate if you hit that like button, and please share the video also, and remember to hit the subscription button if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel. So see you again in the next video. Take care.